everyone, I'm Sandeep Kaileswaram from Super Sports Hyderabad. This small course is intended for the students who are new to IELTS, who have not taken IELTS, who have just started their preparation for the IELTS exam. By watching this video, you'll understand what is IELTS and why it is taken, pattern of the exam, types of the tasks from each module, paper-based IELTS versus computer-based IELTS, and the test booking information. So these are the outcomes, the learning outcomes of this session. So first of all, we'll start with the full form of IELTS exam. The full form of IELTS. The full form of IELTS is International English Language Testing Systems. What is the full form? International English Language Testing System. Then who take the IELTS and why the students take IELTS? So the IELTS is taken for swim reasons. Okay, looks funny. You do not need to take IELTS in order to swim, but the reasons acronym is SWIM. So in that, S stands for study abroad. Those who want to study abroad, maybe MS, MBA, BS, BBA, they have to pursue in other country, foreign country, they take IELTS. Study abroad reasons is one reason. The second reason is to work abroad. The third reason is to immigrate abroad. And the fourth reason is for more employment opportunities. Guys, there are two types of IELTS because IELTS is taken for different reasons, right? 4 different reasons. There are two types of IELTS. So the first type of IELTS is IELTS academic. This version of IELTS is taken by the students who wish to study abroad. And the other type of IELTS, which is IELTS general, is taken by the students who want to migrate abroad. And guys, now along with two types of IELTS, we should also learn about two modes of taking the exam. The IELTS exam can be taken as a paper-based exam. We have one choice, which is paper-based exam. We have other choice of taking the exam computer-based. So what are the things that are tested in the IELTS? Many students have a misconception that IELTS is an English test, and therefore they typically check my speaking skills. This is a common but wrong notion that students have. What exactly IELTS test is? Comprehensive communicative skills like listening, reading skills, writing skills, and speaking skills. So the first two skills, guys, listening and reading skills are called receptive communicative skills. Receptive communicative skills. Now, when I am speaking now, you're able to listen, right? You're able to listen and understand. Therefore, you have listening skills. And when I have written something on the screen, you're able to read, right? So you are reading. So these are, in this way, you are receiving the information that I put forward. Yeah, so these are receiving skills. And the other two types of skills are called productive skills. You produce the content, you produce the information. So when you speak, you are producing the information. When you write, you produce the information. So two are receiving type, incoming skills. Two are outgoing skills. In total, IELTS tests 4 communicative skills of yours. Only you being good at speaking. If you are a proficient, good speaker, it does not mean that you will clear IELTS with a great score. And let's understand the flow of the exam and the duration of the exam. So guys, the exam has 4 components as I mentioned in the previous one. So one is listening. The listening test will happen for 30 minutes. And the reading happens for 60 minutes. And the writing happens for 60 minutes. At the end, we have speaking happening for 11 to 14 minutes of time. I have something to tell you here. The speaking test of IELTS is conducted either on the same day or on a separate day. But listening, reading, and writing, these 3 are conducted on a single day. This can be conducted maybe one day before the LRW or after the LRW or on the same day sometimes. And the total duration of the test is almost 3 hours, 2 or 40 minutes something. You can calculate 30 minutes listening, 60 minutes reading, 60 minutes writing, and 11 to 14 minutes of speaking. Now let us learn about the tasks, the type of questions we have in each module, and the number of questions from each module, listening, writing, reading, speaking, and the duration of each module and each section module wise. We'll understand that. Guys, now we'll start with listening. So this is listening, IELTS listening basics for the new test takers. So the IELTS listening module, what you do in this thing is you will have to listen to the native audios. Okay, after listening to the native audios, you have to answer a variety of questions, something like multiple choice questions, a form filling, a lot of activities. So basically what you do is you listen, understand, and write the answers. That's what you do in the listening module. Okay, and the duration of your IELTS listening module is 30 minutes. If you are taking paper-based exam, you will be given extra 10 minutes time to transfer your answers from the question paper to the main answer sheet. Okay, you must be wondering, what is this? In the exam, guys, you will be getting a question paper and an answer sheet. When you are writing the answers, when you're listening to the audios and when you're answering the questions, you first write the answers on the question paper. You write on the question paper, and at the end, since you are given this extra 10 minutes time, you will transfer them to the answer sheet. I'll show you how the answer sheet looks. And just in case, if you're taking the IELTS computer-based exam, you will be given 2 minutes extra time to verify your answers. Okay, so this is it. And in total, guys, you have 40 questions in the IELTS listening module. Okay, what are the things? So you listen and answer the questions here. There are 40 questions in listening module. The duration is 30 minutes plus extra transferring time or verification time. And you have 40 questions. So things you must know, guys. Now the audios that you listen with, in the headphones are native audios. Native audios means the audios that are of UK accent, US accent, Australian accent, Canadian accent, other accents. Okay, you will not be able to hear the Indians speaking, very usually. Understanding? So the native accent is there in the audios. The audios are of native accent. And second thing, guys, you keep hearing there is a monologue. One type of audio that you get to hear is monologue. Mono is one. So in such audios, only one person would be speaking. Only one person would be speaking. One single person, one person speaking. This is called monologue. And the second type of audios that you get is conversation. More than one person speaking in one audio. Okay, so all these audios are native audios. Some are monologues, some are conversations. All right. And yeah, so as you know, you will write the answers on the question paper first, then put it in the answer sheet later. Now let us have a look at sample IELTS answer sheet if you are taking the paper-based exam. This is only applicable for the people who are taking the paper-based exam. Please have a look. So here, guys, there are administrative details like candidate's name and candidate number and center number, all these administrative details. Underneath that, you can see questions, the numbers 1 to 40. And opposite every number, you have a blank. There is where you have to write the answers. So for example, question number 1's answer is A or B or C. You are writing it here. Okay, here you are writing it. Okay, so this is considered the actual answer. All right, if you write on the question paper, there is no use. All right, if there are any errors in this, you will lose marks. Okay, so this is how the answer sheet looks. For the computer-based test takers, computer-based IELTS test takers, there won't be any separate answer sheet. You will simultaneously, or when you're answering, you will directly type in the answers in the blanks given there or the options given there on screen. There is no special exclusive answer sheet for you. All right. So the parts in IELTS listening module, we'll understand them. There are 4 parts, guys, in IELTS listening. The first one is conversation. The second one is monologue. The third one is conversation. And the fourth one is, again, monologue. Okay, we'll try to understand this pattern from a song. Come on, come on. So what is it? There are 4 things, right? So, ka, ma, ka, ma. Conversation, monologue, conversation, monologue. The first one is conversation. The second one is monologue. The third one is conversation. And the fourth one is again monologue. You would like to listen to it once again. Come on. So this is how you can remember the parts of the IELTS listening test. And guys, the number of the types of tasks you have are displayed here. Have a look. So there's one type of task that is called, guys, summary completion, short answer questions, multiple choice questions, matching type questions, labeling type questions, completion type questions. You have all these types of questions. Now the list is even bigger, but I have kind of put it in a compact way to make it look simple. It's simple if you understand all these things. It's no big deal. But however, if you feel, okay, I may not be able to remember all these things, but I want to have a clear idea about these things. Like at least I want to remember the names. If that is your intention, this is the next slide is for you. So you remember this statement, guys. The statement is SS Rajamouli and MM Keeravani completed Bahubali. Okay. And the world loved it. Okay. So how does this statement help you remember the tasks? I'll show you. Now, SS Rajamouli and MM Keeravani completed Bahubali and the world loved it. Okay, what are those? SS, MM, C, L. Okay, so can we go back to the thing? Okay, guys, please see. Summary completion, short answer questions, SS. Multiple choice questions, matching type questions, MM. Completed, completion type questions, completion of form, completion of notes, table, and flowchart. And the people are well loving it is what? Labeling a plan or map or diagram. So I think this is easy way to remember the tasks, right? So if you remember the task, guys, it adds to your confidence, right? It adds to your confidence. It makes you more familiar. That's the reason such a thing is, worked out. Now we'll understand the basics of IELTS reading module for the academic and for the general version. All right. So the reading module, guys, what you do is you read passages, you read the text, and you answer various questions, something like, multiple choice questions, fill in the blanks, all these things. That's what you do. So you read and answer the different types of questions in the reading module. That's what you do, the IELTS reading module. And guys, there is 60 minutes time for you to finish your reading module. All right. And the academic people, they get three long passages. Right? And total, there are 40 questions, whether you're taking for the academic reasons or whether you're taking for the general, whether you're taking the IELTS academic or general, you have 40 questions coming in the exam. Okay, on paper-based exam, pen and paper exam, you will have to read from the paper, a page, right? And paper page. And for the computer-based exam, in the computer-based exam, you have to read the content on the screen, right? And guys, now let us first understand what happens in the IELTS academic exam. This is for the people who want to study abroad. Guys, there are three long passages for you in your reading. And these passages are taken from books, let's say textbooks, or magazines, or journals. So these are the three passages, and the source of these passages is the content of these passages comes from books, magazines, and journals. Of course, you have 40 questions, as I mentioned earlier. So this is also, right? And for the general guys, this is for the people who are taking IELTS for the migration reasons. So the passages, first of all, guys, the text columns are not much longer. They are short. Okay, so the content is taken from guidelines, advertisements, brochures, job descriptions, something like that. So the general content you will have. So the academic guys will have academic content and the general guys have the general content, day-to-day content. All right. So now in the section 1, guys, of general, you have 2 to 3 short texts. In the section 2, you have 2 texts. In the section 3, you again have 2 texts. All right. And some more details about the IELTS general. So the first section is all about social survival content. Social survival content. That means, see, you will have the content related to notices, circulars, advertisements, and timetables. Okay, these are part of our social life, right? There's nothing alien in this. So what you see on a daily basis would come here in this section, content taken from that. And the section 2 is about the content the context for the section 2 is workplace survival, something like this, guys. Job descriptions, contract, staff development. So the passages are the content is taken from these genres, I mean these things: job descriptions, contract, staff developments, etc., etc. All right. And in the section 3 of IELTS General, you have general reading content. The stuff, the reading stuff is taken from the newspapers, magazines, fiction, non-fiction books. All right, this is about the IELTS General. All right, and guys, now the types of questions are the tasks that are there in our reading module. We'll try to look at multiple choice questions as one type of question, one type of task. Identifying the information, identifying specific information from a passage, from a paragraph is another type of thing. And identifying the writer's views and claims by reading the paragraphs, passages effectively is another task. And matching the information with the choices and with the content, that's another type of question. And matching the headings for paragraph, selecting the headings for paragraph from the following options is another type of task you have in the IELTS reading. And matching the features is another thing. Matching sentence endings is another thing. Summary, sentence, table completion is another type of task. Flowchart, diagram, labeling is another type of task. And then answer short questions is another type of task. I think, you feel tired by listening to all these things, right? Now, how do you remember all these things? Okay, anyway, the strategies we teach at classroom, but let me give you a one-liner to remember all these tasks of reading module. Remember, guys, the tasks are same for general guys and the academic guys. Only thing is the content changes. For the academic people, you get 3 long passages from the academic textbooks, and for the general people, the content comes from the said sources. Okay. So guys, now please remember this statement. Mumbai Indians won the IPL Cup 5 times so far. How many times Mumbai Indians won? 5 times. MI? 5 times, right? Mumbai Indians won it 5 times so far. The 2021's IPL is still pending. It is supposed to be done. It's supposed to be conducted in Dubai. You guys know that, right? And yeah, so these are the related images. Now, how does this statement help you remembering the tasks? Please see. Guys, now M in Mumbai Indians. M, starting with M, there are 2 types of tasks: multiple choice questions and matching type questions, right? And then starting with I, there is one task, that is what identifying the information, identifying the writer's opinion. This is identification type of tasks. And then C, which we used in CUP, which helps you remember the completion of different types of questions. And then S is so far, right, which is short answer question. Now, if you want to remember in a very, very short way, instead of remembering the entire sentence, if you wish to make it even more simple, guys, make it this way: MICS. MICS, something like this. MICS. Multiple choice, matching type questions. Like this is what identifying information, identifying the writer's views. Completion type questions and short answer question. MICS is also something you can remember if you want to make it further easy for you. Now coming to the IELTS writing module, okay. So we'll understand the basics of IELTS writing module for the beginners. So guys, now whether you're taking academic IELTS or general IELTS, there are 2 parts in writing module. It's not going to change, okay. And the academic people, the study abroad aspirants, will have 2 types of questions. What is it? One part is describing a diagram. The other part is essay. And for the general people, the first part is letter writing and the second part is essay. The total duration of the IELTS writing module for academic and general people is 1 hour. 60 minutes is the time. So we'll understand it a little more in detail. Okay. And guys, now obviously when you're taking the computer-based exam, you cannot handwrite, you cannot write the answers on the page, right? On a page. You have to type. Okay. The paper-based IELTS students have to write with pen or pencil, and the computer-based IELTS students have to type it on the keyboard, the answers. All right. So the writing module, guys, we'll understand the academic IELTS writing module. Okay, the part 1 in your case is going to be describe a diagram. Okay, and the duration for the part 1 is 20 minutes time. That's the duration. The part 1 question is describe a diagram, and the duration is 20 minutes time. What you do in this task is you will have to brief a diagram. Briefing is what? Writing a short description about a diagram in nothing less than 150 words. You should write at least 150 words description for the given diagram. Okay, then what kind of diagrams do I get in the exam? This may be a question. So the types of diagrams you get in the exam would be bar charts, there can be pie chart, there can be comparison images, there can be tables, there can be flow charts, there can be life cycles, different types of diagrams. Whatever be the diagram you get, you have to brief it in 20 minutes time, and you have to write about the diagram. The briefing has to be at least 150 words. For the general people, what is going to be the part 1? For the general people, the part 1 is going to be letter writing. So the time is again same for the part 1 of IELTS general people. It's 20 minutes time, and you will have to write an informal or a formal letter, in this part. Okay, so the letter can be, the question can be, asking you to write a letter to your friend or a customer care or an official, anything. It's in a general context letter you will write. So that's for 20 minutes. All right. And so for both the guys now, the people who are taking the IELTS exam, academic, general, the common question is essay writing. I repeat, the common question is essay writing. You have to write an elaborated answer to the given essay question, and you have 40 minutes time. Okay, this comes under formal writing and academic writing. Okay, the minimum number of words you have to write in an essay is 250 words. You cannot write less than 250 if you are expecting a good score. There are exceptions, but 250 words essay you have to write minimum. It's a common question for academic and general test takers. And guys, now let's understand the IELTS speaking basics for beginners. Okay, guys, so first of all, the IELTS exam, whether you're taking a computer-based exam or paper-based exam, speaking test happens one-to-one, face-to-face. It's a face-to-face exam. First and foremost thing you should know. It's a face-to-face exam, and it's an interview kind of exam. You will talk to the official examiner in the IELTS test. All right. And the duration of your speaking module is pretty less, which is 11 to 14 minutes time. That's the duration. Minimum time is 11 minutes, maximum time is 14 minutes. So that's the duration. And you have 3 parts in the IELTS speaking module. We'll understand them. So guys, the part 1 will happen for 4 to 5 minutes time. The part 1 happens for 4 to 5 minutes time. So what's there in the part 1? The questions will be asked about you. So what do you do? Where do you work? Where do you study? All such questions will be asked. Now the agenda of the part 1 is test your speaking skills and to make you comfortable with the examiner and the environment around. Are you getting it? So these are common questions like what do you do? Your lifestyle related questions. Do you go to shopping? What do you enjoy more? What do you do in your free time? What are your future goals? Right? Anything that is related to you can be asked. So remember guys, part 1 duration is 4 to 5 minutes and general questions are asked about you. Okay, so this is like, interview kind of thing. The second part is also called Q card part, wherein you get a topic on the paper, a main topic, something like this. What was your last holiday tour, or where did you go last time for the vacation? This is the topic that's given to you on the paper. It is written, and the sub questions can be: whom did you go with? How did you enjoy the vacation? Would you recommend that vacation to anybody in your friends or family? Something like that. So any common topic can be given to you, and you should talk about that topic for at least 2 minutes time. Okay, for 2 minutes time, you have to talk about that particular topic. And when you are given the cue card, and before you speak, you will have 1 minute's time. So step one, you are given a topic card. Step two, you are given 60 seconds time for writing the notes to prepare yourself. If you want to write down some words to help you, you can do that. Preparation time is 1 minute, and then speaking time is 2 minutes. All right. So, and again, the examiner in this particular task can ask you some questions that are related to your topic. Here, 1 to 2 questions can be asked. Okay, this is about it. So what it is testing? It is testing whether the candidate can speak at length or not. That's what it is testing, because you're continuously speaking, right, about a topic. You prepared and you will have to speak. The first one was interview. The second one, this one is what, can you speak at length? That's what they are testing. And like the last one is the part 3, wherein you get questions from part 2. So the example topic that we have discussed was the last holiday vacation. The last holiday vacation. So on that topic, there can be related questions asked. There will be related questions asked, like, how did you enjoy the food there? What is your opinion about food? Does food connect people? All such allied questions need not be directly concerned to the question, the topic in the part 2, but allied questions can be asked. All right. The duration of this is 4 to 5 minutes. And it is interactive type. The examiner asks you questions, you answer. Then again, question, answer, QA, QA, QA. This is what happens. And guys, now this is testing how best you can express your opinions, how best you speak when you are expressing or when you are presenting your views. That's what it is testing. So guys, now the speaking happens this way. The first one is about you, making you comfortable, right? And 4 to 5 minutes is the duration of first part. The second part's duration is 3 to 4 minutes. 4 to 5, first one. 3 to 4, second one. Again, 4 to 5, last part. So there are 3 parts in speaking. All right. So now we'll understand about computer-based exam versus paper-based exam, because this is a common question, because IELTS has introduced computer-based exam in the last 2 years. I think 2.5 years it has introduced. I think a lot of people are still puzzled whether to take the computer-based exam or paper-based exam. Now we'll try to make you guys understand what is better for whom. Okay, so we'll cover these things, guys. The difference between paper-based exam and computer-based exam based on certain aspects. The first one in the differences is test availability. The paper-based exam is not available every day. It is conducted limited days in a month, whereas the computer-based exam is conducted almost every day. So the frequency of the test is more. Therefore, there is a greater chance of you getting the test slots if you're going for computer-based IELTS. This is number one, guys. What is it? Test availability. So it is more. The test is more available with the computer-based, right? You will get the easy slots with the computer-based. The second thing is result time. The paper-based exam, when you're speaking, writing, reading, listening, everything is over. It takes about 13 days time to get you the results, for you to receive the results. Wherein the computer-based exam, around 5 days it takes to get the results. Almost, less than half amount of time it is taking to get the results in the computer-based exam. This is one more advantage of the computer-based exam. And the third one is the reading thing. Reading. So guys, with the paper-based exam, obviously you will read from the paper. Okay, you will read using the paper. You can flip. It's more comfortable, in my opinion, for the students, right? And whereas in the computer-based exam, you have to read from the screen. Maybe if there is a longer passage in the academic reading exam, you may have to shuttle between the web pages, right? So that can be a little intimidating. That's what I feel. So reading comfort, I think it's more with paper-based exam, slightly less with computer-based exam, because you read from the screen. But if you are an IT savvy person, you are a very computer savvy person, it doesn't bother you. Okay. And reading comfort, guys, it's better you take, if you are very much concerned about reading comfort, reading thing, you can take the paper based exam. And there's not much comfort with the computer based exam if you are used to reading from the paper. Vice versa, I mean, if you are comfortable with screen, you can go for computer based exam. And listening extra time, this is a catch. In the paper based exam, you get 10 extra minutes time for transferring the answers from question paper to the main sheet. Okay, you get how much time? 10 minutes time. Where in computer based exam, you just get 2 minutes extra time to verify your answers, which are already written on different pages. Clear, guys? And the other thing is, guys, the typing comfort. So if which is not mentioned here, so if you are very much comfortable with typing, you go for the computer based exam. If you're not comfortable with typing, you go for paper based exam. So these are the differences between computer based exam versus paper based exams. The pricing is more or less same, right? And the content is same. Only thing is the mode of change, taking the exam is changing. The mode of taking the exam is changing. Okay, between paper based exam and computer based exams. And there's some more interesting things I'll tell you in the coming slides. To put more simply, who have to take computer based exam, who have to take paper based exam, who should not take. These are the slides that are useful for you. Okay, please have a look. Don't take computer based exam if you fall into these categories. Okay, so when you do not have comfort reading from a screen, please don't take it. Number one. Okay, so number two. So don't take computer-based IELTS if you're not comfortable with typing. Okay, and don't take paper-based exam if you fall into these categories. Have a look. Okay, so if you're handwriting, if you don't have comfort while writing on the paper, please don't take it. This is not the test for you, because you will kill more time while writing the essays, while writing the writing part 1. Okay, and do not take paper-based exam if your handwriting is not clear, if it's obscure, if it's unclear, if it is little cluttered when you write, it is not readable. It's not suggested for you to take the paper-based exam. It's better you go with the computer-based exam because it's same font. Whoever writes, whoever types, it's the same font, right? Okay. And the third thing, guys, and if you are more comfortable reading from the screen, maybe you are a software employee, or if you are a working professional who spend hours of time every day sitting in front of the computer, reading a lot of stuff, writing a lot of stuff, in that case, you are more comfortable, you are more compatible to the computer-based exam. So better you take the computer-based exam. All right. And of course, the last but not least, which is if you need your results faster, you do not have time to apply for colleges or universities, the deadlines are approaching. In that case, go for computer-based IELTS if it's necessary, right? And so, guys, the last part is how to book the IELTS exam. Let us understand that. Okay, the test booking. So, guys, please understand. So, when you book the exam, when you're scheduling the exam, you make sure that you're prepared enough for the exam. So it is not a movie to go every day, every day or every now and then. So you prepare rigorously and then give the exam. If needed, take mock tests, take assessments. Okay, in our coaching center, the mock tests, the assessments, the feedbacks, they are part and parcel. Every day, almost one or the other things keep happening, so that you know where do you stand. Right. So I suggest once again, please schedule the exam only after thorough preparation. Okay. So don't take risk, because guys, taking the exam several times not only costs you money and energy, it costs you confidence. You may lose your confidence, right? You may, I'm saying not, you will not. Okay. And, guys, now please, a lot of times I see that people learn from the nearest coaching center and the cheapest coaching center. Guys, now you have the liberty, you have the luxury of going to 4 or 5 coaching center, sit in each class, online or offline, evaluate who is teaching better. You have such option now, right? So please do not compromise on the coaching part, guys. Take demos from at least 4 or 5 coaching centers. right? Don't compromise, your IELTS coaching for the sake of money, saving some bucks, because the exam is going to cost you more than the coaching cost sometimes. Are you getting it, guys? Yeah. So if somebody may be saving 1,000-2,000 rupees, or 3,000-4,000 rupees, or 5,000 rupees on coaching, but if you are retaking the exam, it's going to cost you 14,000 plus, okay, in Indian currency. And the test booking cost as of now, as on today, in the July month 2021, it is 14,700 per attempt. You cannot take the exam several times with one payment. Every time you take the exam, one attempt costs you 14,700 rupees in India. Okay. And the cost of the paper based exam and computer based exam both are same. All right. You can book the exam on the official IELTS website. Now, as of now it is the IDP has taken over the British Council's operations in India. So you have to, the future tests are booked on IDP's website. All right, if I'm not wrong. So if you have any confusion there, if you need any help in terms of booking your IELTS exam slot, you can always call us up on this number. This is our student care number. You can call us up and we can help you our best to book the exam. All right. And the text booking requirement, guys, what exactly you need to book the exam? I told you first, guys, you should be prepared first. More than any document, more than any card, you should be prepared for the exam. A valid passport is mandatory, number one document. Number two, for the payment's sake, you need credit card, a debit card, a net banking, or wallet, Paytm and Google Pay, blah, 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 all these things. Any one of these things is good. And preferably, guys, you should book the exam, I would say, on a PC or a laptop. Because some people try to book it on mobile phone. They have a lot of trouble while booking it. It's better you you sit on a PC or a laptop and then book it for a better booking experience. Now, if you cannot you feel you may commit some mistakes in that, you may have some errors, please approach us. We will help it out. Okay. And you can call us, no problem. And our help is available from Monday to Friday, okay, from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay. So, guys, it's a free service from Superscores, and we are not obliged to help everybody who is calling us. I mean, if you have bandwidth, we can help. If you do not have bandwidth, sorry. I'm telling you upfront, right? Guys, now for more videos on IELTS, PT, GRE, vocabulary, grammar, speaking improvement, writing improvement, reading improvement, listening improvement, okay, you can, if you wish to have more and more videos on our channel, if at all you wish to have more and more videos to be uploaded in our channel, please subscribe, right? And so for getting a free IELTS experience class, or PT experience class, GRE experience class, or GMAT experience class, or TOEFL experience class, please call us up on 9010-95516. It is also having WhatsApp. And if you have any questions that have to be answered, please put them in the comment section. We'll try to answer them as soon as possible. Okay, and if you like the video, if you enjoyed the video, if you found it is useful, please like our video. Thank you so much, guys. And I wish you all the very, 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 very best for your IELTS exam. Okay, prepare well, write well, rock it. Thank you.